order for Lesson 2, topics, structure of meat, kinds of connective tissue, and basic methods of meat. Let's recall. Are you ready? 1. What is the term for the flesh of cattle, sheep, and pigs? A. Poultry. B. Meat. C. Seafood. Answer B. Meat. Question 2. Which type of meat is derived from pigs and classified as red meat? A. Lamb. B. Pork. C. Beef. Answer B. Pork. Question 3. What is the primary purpose of a boning knife? A. Cutting through bones. B. Boning raw meats and poultry. C. Slicing cooked meats. Answer 3. B. Boning raw meats and poultry. Question 4. What percentage of muscle tissue in meat is protein? A. 10%. B. 20%. C. 30%. Answer letter B. 20%. Question 5. What is the Maillard reaction responsible for in cooking meat? A. Juiciness. B. Browning and flavor. C. Tenderness. Answer letter B. Browning and flavor. Thank you, learners, for your active participation. Now, let us proceed to our proper lesson. Topic 1. Structure of meat. 1. Muscle fibers. A lean meat is composed of long, thin muscle fibers bound together in bundles. These determine the texture or grain of a piece of meat. B. Fine. Grained meat is composed of small fibers bound in small fibers. Coarse, textured meat has large, thick fibers. 2. Connective tissue. These are network of proteins that bind the muscle fibers together. Topic 2. Two kinds of connective tissue. A. Collagen. White connective tissue that dissolves or breaks down by long, slow cooking with liquid. B. Elastin. Yellow connective tissue and is not broken down in cooking. Tenderizing can be accomplished only by removing the elastin, by pounding and by slicing and grinding. Topic 3. Basic preparation methods of meat. 1. Washing. Generally, the occasion in which you will have to wash meat is when it comes into contact with blood during preparation. After washing, dry the food thoroughly with absorbent kitchen paper. 2. Skinning. Most of the meat you dealt with has been already skinned by the supplier. 3. Dicing. Meat are diced when it is cut into cubes for various types of casserole, stems, curries, and dishes such as steak, kidney pie, and pudding. 4. Trimming. Reasons for trimming. 1. Improve the appearance of the cut or joint. B. Don't leave as much of the meat intact as possible. This is often done to preserve flavor, texture, and make it look nicer when served. C. Leave an even thickness of fat, where fat is to be left. How much fat you trim off will depend on the type of meat preference and the cooking process to be used. D. Remove as much gristles and sinews as possible. 5. Slicing. It is the cutting of meat by determining the direction of the grain, the muscle fibers, and cut across the grain. This is particularly important with tougher cuts such as steak, in which the grain is also quite obvious. Use sliced meat with instead of against the grain. 6. Seasoning. It is the addition of salt and white or black pepper to improve the flavor of food. A. Use white pepper or cayenne pepper on food which you want to keep attractive with white color. B. Add salt to roast and grill after the meat has browned. Adding salt before cooking will extract the juices of the meat to the surface and slows down the browning reactions, which need high temperature and dry heat. 7. Coating. The two basic coatings are: 1. Flour. Coat the meat before cooking. Otherwise, the flour becomes sticky and unpleasant. 2. Breadcrumbs. Coat the meat in flour, then egg wash, and finally with the breadcrumbs. Topic 4. Different kinds of meat and its source. 1. Pork. Meat from domesticated pigs, typically high in fat, commonly slaughtered 1 year or less of age to ensure tender cuts. Sample pork dishes. 2. Beef. Meat from cattle over 1 year old. Sample beef dishes. 3. Lamb. Meats of domesticated sheep. Its texture is a direct result of what it consumes and the age at which it is slaughtered. Sample lamb dishes. 4. Cara beef. Meat from carabao. Sample carabao dishes. 5. Chevin. Meat from deer and goat. Sample goat dishes. 5. Veal. Flesh of a young calf, 4 to 5 months old, because of its age. It is considered by some to be the finest meat. Sample veal dishes. Here ends our lesson for today. Thank you very much for listening. Game quiz: true or false? Are you ready? Question 1. You should always wash meat before cooking, even if it has not been in contact with blood. Answer 1. False. You only need to wash meat if it comes into contact with blood. Question 2. Most meats are skinned by the supplier, so you don't need to skin them yourself in most cases. Answer 2. True. Most meats is already skinned by the supplier. Question 3. Dicing meat means cutting it into thin strips for dishes like stir-fries. Answer 3. False. Dicing involves cutting meat into cubes, not strips. Question 4. Trimming meat involves removing excess fat, sinews, and improving its appearance. Answer 4. True. Trimming improves appearance and removes excess fat and sinews. Question 5. Slicing meat means cutting it along the grain to make it more tender. Answer 5. False. You should slice meat against the grain, not along it, to make it tender. I hope that you learned a lot in our lesson for today. Thank you for joining today's class.